Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chris Lucci Charity Initiative. Happy Friday to everybody. Welcome to our live broadcast, our Friday live broadcast. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome. Welcome as you're joining. Wow. Miss Goodness Abuja. It seems to be You seems to be last Friday. You came in first today. You did wow. Look at our admins. Wow, 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 wow. Welcome. We see you. We see you. We see you. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. All our admins are here. All our others. This is Miss Goodness Abuja. We have more than 10. How are you doing, ma'am? We have Miss Ogechi, we have Miss Goodness, Adambra. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so let's get 2 gigabytes, okay, to these four admins. How are you all doing? Okay, I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to our live program. This is Chris Lucci, our live broadcasts. We're giving life a meaning. Okay. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I wish we can really have this our live broadcast every day. There, there are a lot. There are a lot to update, a lot to do all of those. Sometimes I don't know how to do it, but I don't know the possibility of every day live broadcast. So let's still be managing the one we have. Even the one we promised at the beginning of 3 days, the 3 days is not even working. And now it's like we're failing to have it daily. But anyways, we see you, Miss Ogo Favor. How are you doing? Our melody voice, the chorister herself, the secret of the inspiration of our grand event. That's the inspiration of our grand event, you know. It's good to always make references to things because we don't know it all. I don't know it all. And God can from anywhere to send message. What matters is that do you get the message? Sometimes the message might come from who may not be, maybe, who you may not want it to be from, but it is what it is. And that's where they said, know when to ignore the messenger and go take the message. And know when to, take the message and ignore the message and take the messenger. So it happens. But as God may have it, that inspiration came from, one of our hardcores. Yeah, and that's Miss God Favor. So, but anyways, we see you, Miss our YouTuber, Miss Rosemary. How are you doing? Welcome, ma'am. How are you? Happy Friday to you. We see you, Miss Chineye Dan. That's Miss Chineye Oni. You all keep changing this name. Will you change it? I don't get to know who that is. But anyways, welcome, ma'am. Welcome. How are you doing? We see you, Father Adepojo. How are you doing, sir? Welcome. We are blessed to have you. Happy Friday to you. And we see you, our Enugu Miss Chema. How are you doing? Welcome. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. We see you, Miss Omolola. How are you doing, ma'am? Happy Friday to you. Welcome to our Friday live program. Okay. Again, this is Chris Lucci Charity Initiative, giving life a meaning. Our message remains the same. Our message is consistent. Our message is a big project, is a big movement, and together we will continue to push it. Thank you all for all you do. Thank you, every person, for all you do. We don't take this for granted, and we know that God is taking records. What do we mean by that? We know He's watching. We know God is watching in this tough season, in this season and dry season, in this dry season, right? And you all still from your own table, right? From that big heart, because this is not about big pocket, but from that big heart, seeing a whole lot to give out to people, seeing, feeding others from your own table. May the universe, may the creator of heaven and earth, who sees the heart of man, may he sees your heart and grant your beautiful heart desires. That good thing that your heart desires, through the corporal work of mercy, may the owner of the corporal work of mercy cultivate in your vineyards. May it bear fruits of all seasons, sweetest fruits and wines of all seasons. Thank you for your big heart. We see you, the birthday queen. Miss Amaka, how are you doing? Happy birthday to you. May the Lord bless your new age. May the Lord honor your new age. May the Lord who sustained you to this year give you many, grant you many reasons and many blissful years to celebrate. Happy birthday to you. We'll see you. Okay, I've called you, Miss Omolala. How are you doing again? We see everybody. We see you all. We see all our admins. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, everyone. So we're gonna sing so that we can run. Remember, we have unfinished business, right? Last week, I didn't want to, keep you all. So I said, okay, we're gonna finish up the business. So remember, we have unfinished business, right? We've talked about no, never say never, right? Because all situations are not the same. All pains are not the same. All scenarios are not the same. So, and we said sometimes or in some situations we do not say, we say never say never, right? And sometimes we try to be deputy Jesus, and that's where we say, let's be careful. Let's be careful, because the pain that hits others, if it gets to us, it might finish business. So these are the things when we look, our heart can show mercy. Our heart can be merciful. Our mouth or tongue can be merciful. Our ears can be merciful. Our eyes can be merciful, right? We will choose compassion, okay, over criticism or condemnation, and so on. And we ended up, saying never say never, because all scenarios, all situations are not the same. Both the people saying who married grandpa, people saying it's better to, all of those, and people blaming, always quick to blame people, quick to blame mothers. Mothers, they are well, I think we said something, okay? I don't think it's intention of any parents to see their child, or maybe not wanting the best of their child. And again, we say there are situations. Sometimes just out of situations to say never, or out of certain situations to first show compassion than, being judgmental. Okay? Because if you haven't worn that shoe, you can just describe it, okay, from your own perspective, but you cannot say exactly how it fits, how it hurts, and how, you cannot say exactly. Okay, you can only imagine. But anyways, we're gonna sing so that we'll see how to, okay, finish up the unfinished business, right? And please, if you can translate, help to translate, okay? Uh, we all know English is very good for easy communication because it's like a common, language, even though it's not always common, but mostly common language. However, when it comes to divinity, when it comes to divinity, uh, that communication is different. When it comes to divinity, it is different. And when you are not communicating to man, you just have to be truthful. You just have to be honest. Okay. If you can pray in your dialects and go fluent, you can be fluent in your dialect while you're praying. You can do that. However, you can try to balance certain things, okay, maybe within an interval, okay. Personally, I approach the throne mostly with my dialect. I am more connected with that. On my own, maybe if I'm doing normal sing, I might sing, all those, but when it's beyond just singing for fun, okay, and even research is also researched, okay, is also facts. I am more connected. It helps me to connect in a very special way. It helps me to connect in a very special way. It's beyond what we think, but anyways, okay. During this song, uh we do have ministration, okay? No, I am not a pastor, and I don't intend to, okay? But if there are other pastors' work, maybe be having the title, we'll do. We will rather do that without having the title because unfortunately, it is what it is. Let's end it there, okay? But let's go. Uh, ị ga-asị m efe na ya, ọ bụ gị ga-emere m ihe ọ na-emere m o. Ị ga-asị m efe na ya, onye si m efe na Chukwu a na-amajụ ị ga-emere m ihe ọ na-emere m o. Ị na-asị m efe na ya, asị m ị ga-emere m ife ọ na-emere m o. Ị na-asị m efe na ya simply means if you ask me not to serve God or worship God, will you be God for me? Can you do the things he does for me? Can you even give me 1 day breath, 1 minute breath? Even oxygen, even oxygen, even oxygen. Check the price of oxygen. I'm not just checking it for how long can it sustain the life. It does. It can sustain it to a certain days and they will still fail. That breath, free breath, the authentic breath can only come from divine. Onye si m efe na Chukwu asị m ị ga-emere m ihe ọ na-emere m o. Ị na-asị m efe na ya, ọ bụ gị ga-emere m ihe Chukwu na-emere m o. Ị na-asị m efe na ya. asị m onye si m efe na Chukwu, asị m ị ga-emere m ihe ọ na-emere m, ị na-asị m efe na ya, ọ bụghị ga-emere m ihe ọ na-emere m, ị na-asị m efe na ya. O mere m mma mgbe m na-atụbara anya, eluigwe mere m mma mgbe m na-atụbara anya, o mere m mma mgbe m na-atụbara anya. Eze Jizọs, aka m dị n'elu nara ekele. O mere m mma mgbe m na-atụbara anya, Chukwu mere m mma mgbe m na-atụbara anya, o mere m mma mgbe m na-atụbara anya. Eze Jizọs, aka m dị n'elu, Chukwu nara ekele. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m, 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 egwu Chineke na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu 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 na-atụ m, egwu imejọ 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 Chi m na-atụ m, egwu imejọ Chukwu na-atụ m. Chineke m na-eme ihe ịrịba ama, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Onye nwe na-eme ihe ịrịba ama, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu nna m na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu 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 na-atụ m. Ihe rụrụ arụ na-asọ Chi m oyi, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Chi m na-asọ ihe rụrụ arụ oyi, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ihe rụrụ arụ na-asọ Chi m oyi, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ihe rụrụ arụ na-asọ Chi m oyi, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu imejọ Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu imejọ Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu imejọ Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu Chineke na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ihe rụrụ arụ na-asọ Chukwu oyi, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ihe rụrụ arụ na-asọ Chi m oyi, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Imegide mmadụ na-asọ Chi m oyi, na egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Imegide mmadụ na-asọ Chi m oyi, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịrụwa arụ m na-asọ Chi m oyi, na egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Imetarụ m na-asọ Chi m oyi, na egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu Chineke na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịkọta mmadụ na-asọ Chi m oyi, na egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịkọta mmadụ na-asọ Chi m oyi, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịkọta mmadụ na-asọ Chi m oyi, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu Chi m na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịkọ nwaanyị na-achọ nwa n'ule, egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Iko nwanyị na-achọ nwa ọnụ lee egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịkọcha onye na-enyere aka na sọchi m oyiyo egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịkọta onye na-enyere aka na sọchi m oyiyo egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịkọgide mmadụ na sọchi m oyile egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịgbasị ụma magide mmadụ lee egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ikwu okwu ụwa megide mmadụ lee egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu nna m na-atụ m. Egwu Chineke na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ihe asị ezinụlọ na-asọchi m oyi egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịnara mmadụ di ya na-asọchi m oyile egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Ịnara mmadụ nwunye ya na-asọchi m oyile egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Imegide mmadụ na-asọchi m oyile egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu nna m na-atụ m. Egwu chi m na-atụ m. Egwu chi m na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu chi m na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Pride na-asọchi m oyile egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Mpako na-asọchi m oyile egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Pride na-asọchi m oyile egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Mpako na-asọchi m oyile egwu Chukwu na-atụ m. Heavenly Father, I decrease, Lord, and call upon you to increase. Abba, Father, I disappear, great majesty, and call upon you, Lord, to appear and possess the arena. In the name of you, God the Father, Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. And amen. You are worthy, Lord. 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 Jesus, you are worthy, Lord. Alpha, you are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, oh Maranatha. You are worthy, Lord. Oh Lord, you are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. Oh Maranatha, you are worthy, Lord. Oh Maranatha, you are worthy, Lord. Oh Maranatha, you are worthy, Lord. Oh Maricha Chukwu, Idewo Marichi. Oh Maranatha, you are worthy, Lord. Oh Maranatha, you are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. Oluchisi n'ịdị mma Chukwu, you are worthy, Lord. Amaka na Chineke elu Chukwu, you are worthy, Lord. Misuju na-ekele gị Chukwu, you are worthy, Lord. Miss Dorcas na-ekele Chukwu, you are worthy, Lord. Miss Chinaya na-ekele gị, you are worthy, Lord. Miss Grace na-ekele gị Chukwu, you are worthy, Lord. Miss Aminat na-ekele, you are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. Lord. Ezinenekene, you are worthy, Lord. Monetenginekene chukwoma, you are worthy, Lord. Father, to bow dekene, you are worthy, Lord. Misogechinekene chukwu, you are worthy, Lord. Monetenginekene, you are worthy, Lord. Pretty man, the momonekene, you are worthy, Lord. Ọmarịcha Chukwu ọma, ị na-eme ọmarịcha ihe. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. Onye njaba nganga, you are worthy, Lord. Chinemezele, you are worthy, Lord. Misogo favor nekene, you are worthy, Lord. Oh, you are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. Father, do better naked you come. You are worthy, Lord. Miss Goodness naked, you are worthy, Lord. Oh, Mary Chachukoma, you are worthy, Lord. Chris Luchi naked, you are worthy, Lord. Oluchi naked you come. You are worthy, Lord. Ọmarịcha Chukwu ọma, ị na-eme ọmarịcha ihe. Oh, Maranatha, you are worthy, Lord. 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 Miss Miracle, you are worthy, Lord. Ọmarịcha Chukwu, ị na-enwe ọmarịcha ihe. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. Mi spirit na-ekene. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. You are worthy, Lord. Oh, Maranatha, 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 oh, Maranatha, oh, Maranatha, you are worthy, Lord. Yezukumu, Idirobi Mumma. Oh, Maranatha. Oh, Maranatha. Oh, Maranatha. Oh, Maranatha. Oh, Maricha Chukwu. Ine o Marichi. Greetings, everyone. We thank God for who God is. It can only be Him and Him alone. May His name and name alone be glorified now and always. Thank you all and welcome, and thank you for joining. So we are about to finish the unfinished business. We are about to finish the unfinished business, right? It was Never Say Never last week, first episode. And today's episode is Why Never Say Never, right? If he hits you, you will say all the truth. If you experience it, you will know why we never say never in some situations. So now, why do we say never, never? Why do we say, or why say never, never? Either way. Number one, we have said this: every situation, every scenario, every pain is not the same. They are not the same. And that alone is enough to judge less, is enough to say, if it is me, if it is me, if it is you, you will still do, you will still not do nothing in some situations. If it is to you, we know situations actually will hush you, like trying to figure it out. There are situations, just try to figure it out, you can't even speak. When we know there are situations like this, that will enable us to never say never. Okay? Now, switching it off as forwarding. Okay? As people grow, as we grow, right? Growth. Growth brings development. Growth brings progress, right? Growth brings discovery. So as we grow, you will discover things you never knew. You will discover, you will be aware, you will become aware of things you didn't know. Okay? And this is why we say never, because life changes. And part of the situations or the scenarios is that what? We grow. Your values when you were before teenager, when you were a young child, is not the same values by the time you get to teenage as get to teenage. Okay? From teenage, by the time you get to adults, it will change again. Like your values will keep changing. When we continue to know more, to learn more, to discover more, and the opinion we have yesterday may not be the same opinion, because now we are more aware. We have known, okay? And you can only judge situations based on your knowledge, based on things you know. That's how we judge situations. Therefore, we say never, because as we grow, a lot of things, along our growths untangled through our discoveries, many things untangles, and based on that, the yes we say no may be no today, and the no we say before or yesterday might be yes today, because of knowledge. Okay? Now, like we said, as we grow, right, our decision makings, our perceptions as well, it grows. Okay? When we are better informed, by the time we get informed, we know better, right? The same way, our perceptions will equally know better. Okay? Now, it's also our thinking, our reasoning faculty. Okay? The more we discover, the more we grow. Okay? Our reasoning as well changes. Okay? And we start building both emotional intelligence. We don't just build intelligence, because it's one thing to build intelligence, is another thing to, still fortified with that intelligence. If not, most often the emotion part of our life, the emotional aspects of our life, will overshadow the reasoning. Okay? So when we are the intelligence, when we are discovering all of those, we still build emotional intelligence. That is to say, our reasoning, right? The level of our reasoning will start getting balanced based on our knowledge, based on our exposure, based on our encounter, based on our growth or self-development. It's not going to be the same. Okay? And followed by what? Our circle. As we grow, our circle, whether we like it or not, we grow. Okay, as we are going, okay, as we are progressing in life, as we are discovering, as we're being informed in life, it's also reflects in our circle. That's our relationship or the people we spend more time with. That is natural. Okay, the more we speak with others, because when your circle will start changing, and the same way, the more we encounter people, the more we speak to people, the more we speak to others, right? Like what we are doing now, we are talking, we are communicating, even though I'm not the only, if I'm just talking, but you all are, and putting your own opinions or comments on the comment section, right? So as we are talking with people, okay, as we are hearing other people's perception of things, their perceptives, okay, or perception of life, we will see if it makes sense, okay, it influence our own perception. If it is positive something, it will influence us positively. If it is negative something, the same way, it will also impact us negatively. Okay, so then if our circle is positive, okay, the same way, the people we talk to, the people we spend more time with, the people our circle pretty much, and then we will start discovering a lot of things. The more you talk to people, like something we say reflection, like we talked about book as a mirror, right? The things that is unavailable for you, you will be able to gain those knowledge from books just by reading books. Your eyes will start opening, because while we read books, depending on the book, right, we'll be able to see other people's perspectives. We'll be able to see how other people solve problems. And the one thing with this life and with the authenticity, right, or originality, is that it stands the test of time. Anywhere you place it, it's attractive, it's magnets. It's simplified, it's straightforward. We just, is a choice. Many of them we just choose not to. But we choosing not to doesn't mean it changes what it is. Because the truth is that we know the right thing, we just don't do them. That is the honest truth. Okay, I'll tell you all something, but let's continue. Hopefully, I remember. I will share something, but let's continue so that we don't, okay, deviate. So, again, as we encounter people, okay, our opinion also, because when you hear people, I might say no today, that you say never, 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 right? You might hear people's opinions, right? You might hear other people's perspectives on how they perceive the same thing, right? You already say, oh, never, oh, never. By the time you say that, and then you put two together, right? That's, if it is positive, that will interfere. That will make you look at yours twice, and you see the same way maybe you would have approached that situation will not be the same as when you must have, heard from number of opinions, right, or perceptive. You see, yours will change. Okay, so as we grow in life, right, as our thinking, reasoning, okay, develops, as we develop or build personal developments, as we encounter, we grow ourselves and all of those, okay, the same way, our ways of life, okay, our opinions, our reasoning, our choices of words and all of those, okay, those equally change as well. It affects those. And like we said, that's before you say, "Ooh, never, never, never." We will see ourselves saying, "Ooh, yes, yes, yes." Therefore, never say never. Okay? Because many things are still not available to us to conclude. Okay? And then we take it again. Okay? like we said, before you judge cases, what you know is one. And that is why we said experience is an asset and a very valuable asset, experience. If we don't have experience, if something just get or information just get to us, we don't evaluate it, we don't assess it, we don't even analyze it. We just carry the same thing raw without verification. We just carry it raw and then start giving our opinions. And then you will see us after that tomorrow. We will come back again and start apologizing and say, oh, I thought. And then by next day again, right? You will come back again. Like you keep going back and forth because uh, we are quick. We are in patience, and that is why patience is a virtue, is an asset as well. Okay, it's not being patient is not weak. I mean, it's not like being patient when you're supposed to act, but especially with something that has not to do with just you, is crucial to be patient. Hakuna, like it's crucial to just calm down, give a break, wait to hear the opinion of one or two, like few others at least. Unless maybe if you get that information from the right source, even when you get it from the right source, before you move, before you jump in, don't just go straight. Okay, if you're coming in or if you're jumping in, at least, like we said, have three principles: your own perceptive, right? Then you can as well say, okay, maybe have someone, if it is your parents or maybe your parent, right? Your siblings or someone you love most. Then if you say, okay, I want to do this right away, and then pause. That's one, right? You want to approach this way. Then think, okay, what of these people? How will they perceive it? That is two. And then you now pause. Would they be proud of it? Would they, give you accolade, right? Then you wait and say, okay, what of my kids? Okay, let's say your kids and all this, okay, but let's say, okay, you can now get it to your kids. Okay, what of my kids? Or they might be little now, may not have access to social media, but then you can say, okay, what of my kids, right? If they grow up, how will they be proud of this decision or this thing I'm about to do or this my whatever, would they be proud of it tomorrow? And then you give that, right? You pause and then you go again, say, okay, because life is a journey. What of tomorrow? Maybe I chose to maybe go into what do you call it? Maybe become a noble. What's the word? What's the word? Maybe a public, let's say public speaker. Is not the word is not public, but let's say public speaker, okay? Or maybe tomorrow, right? You have like I'm trying to find a word, okay? I'm trying to find a word, but an offer. Let's maybe use the word an offer. Maybe come and lead in so place, or maybe okay, we are giving you come and handle this, or come and then ask yourself, or maybe tomorrow you get yourself in one position, like a higher position. Then ask yourself, because many often we limit ourselves when we talk certain things or use certain words in the public. We often limit ourselves. Even if we are just selling crayfish today or selling pepper today, never say never. Remember, life is a journey. You are still going. Tomorrow, maybe maybe because of your personality, right? Someone might get in certain position, but having diligently observed you can say, you know what, this is a person I believe that can actually do this, and the person will pick you up. Before you know it, they will write you, and then you'll be where did you say yes, it's you. Okay, there are many ways we can look into things, and that can make us to pause. But if not for anything, just consider your loved ones. Okay, then consider your children. They may not have okay, you may be the champion today, right? there will be a time it becomes opposites. Would they be proud of it? Tomorrow, if they do the same thing, will you be able to tell them, oh, no, don't do it? Because they are your kids, you don't want to do that. If you are doing something and you know tomorrow, if your child will do the same thing, you will not approve it or it will not go well with you, then why doing it? So again, by the time we do, you see, 1 or 2, 3 analysis, we will be able to subpedal. We'll be able to trade with caution. We'll be able to approach that situation with caution, or find a better approach, okay, to that same whatever that is, okay? So never say never. This is general in everything. Tomorrow, because I know Miss Ogechi, right, is into bakery. Maybe tomorrow, eventually, by his grace, able to open school and everything, we might say, okay, you know what, Miss Ogechi will be giving you, we'll be giving you appointments. Miss Ogechi, you and your team, right? Please, we'll need you in the school. People that will be preparing the kids' meal and snacks and all of those. That one is not humanitarian work, okay? The person will be paid. Okay. However, we will still use it to give life a meaning. Okay. But anyways, right? So because I have maybe studied Miss Ogechi over a time, then knowing that Miss Ogechi will not come, instead of mixing flour and butter, she will now be mixing sand and the oil. Okay. Knowing at least we can have a meeting with Miss Ogechi, right? And they say, please, let it be oil, butter and honey. Then she will not go behind and add butter and the sugar. So, joke apart, but these are reality of lives. Oftentimes, we may think people are not watching. And then Miss Ogechi might be like, imagine me to the big school. No, now. And maybe she will still be looking at maybe Abuja or Lekki school to come and call her. But she didn't know God is planning something, something different and all of those and so on. But again, we talk, we do whatever, how we want to do that because we limit ourselves. We don't believe that tomorrow somebody can just from where we are selling crayfish and colors say, hey, okay, come and be at so place, or hey, come on, I see you have this big heart, hey, come and manage so thing, or hey, come on, this project is for you. Just like Miss Ogechi's, I don't know why I keep using her as one example, but anyways, just like when we opened the community, a lot of people we are reaching out to us. We are selling data. Data, whatever it is, company, vendor, okay, and all of those. And we already have her, okay, and but it's still monitoring, okay, yeah, and paying attention, and all of those. Something you say, tested and trusted, and we have to make it public, okay. She didn't come to me to say, let it be like that. No, if she had even come to me, it wouldn't have been happened. Okay. We are not here for national cake. We have to see the reason, and see this is something for the good of the community, something that can stand test of time, something that we know where to. There are many criteria, there are many things we look into to put something into consideration. And then at the end of the day, we now say, okay, as long as the community is concerned, Ms. Ogechi, you say you have a company, you have a website and all of those. We ask questions, how does this happen? How does that and everything and all of those? And then we say, okay. And now we came here and say, okay, henceforth, we will be using her company. If you want to sell in the community, you have to be under her company. It's not because she's a member. If she's a member and doesn't have that or don't have that integrity or trust, no, it will not happen because she's not the only one that has a data company or whatever. Okay, She's not the only one, but she has been she's the only one that met that criteria. Okay, so it's the same way. So again, never say never, because situations are not the same. Okay, now remember what we are saying today. Okay, never say never. Before we speak, number one, let's find facts. You know, before I thought when people come to Facebook and say, I mean, I know there are propagandas, but I think maybe people that carry propaganda, like, you know, is like maybe known people. I didn't know, like, before now, that responsible people can carry propaganda. I didn't know that. But it's on media. You see responsible people like saying a lot of them, then even elderly people, right? Giving fake news, giving everything. Like, you be like, you know, it is what it is. And I did that was, I came here and I apologized. I'm like, oh, no way, no way. Oh my gosh. You know, when they say Davido had a baby, okay? And, you know, after the incident, that one that was so happy. And I carried that was like, God, you know, my dear, only for me to, like, it was everywhere. But then I didn't, you know, trust my stuff in the right source, you know, and all of those. Because for people to do that, and they are proud saying it, oh, has a baby, you know, twins or whatever, and all of those. Not twins, I think baby or something. That is another Ifeanyi. And my dear, even there were these two persons, I believe, very, very, very responsible people. I went to their page, I saw that, I was like, oh, wow, you know, because you know what happened to him then when, you know, he lost a child. And that's it doesn't matter who he is. No one deserved that. No one. And we carried it, right? I don't know what happens until before people now came and say, like, the right source is not them. That was like, how can, like, confidently at that, all like, man. And you know, and that was why even when the real one happened, that I even saw it, right? That truly it happened. I couldn't even see, because oh my gosh, oh my god. And now I was like, don't just fear social media. Fear who no fear social media. Okay. I think then I was like, man, fear who know the fear bloggers. Me, when no fear, when no fear to do such, I should be feared too. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, and I like, no, 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 no. Sometimes we will see some information they'll bring before I can maybe use it to do teachings or anything. I have to go to the person's stuff to make sure it is true, and then leave it until, because we know when everybody is talking, no one is talking. Wait until it calms down. And then when it calms down, based on your own, right, opinion, along the side of, remember, assets, experience, like things you have heard here and there from others and everywhere, okay, it will make you stand better chance to balance whatever that scenario is. And that is why, no matter what it is, from everything, how people blame Miss Regina's mom, Miss Regina Daniel's mom, when I came here, I said, before you can blame the woman, go trace the facts. Go trace history, because there is no reaction without action. So if we must now do the judgment, be the deputy Jesus, then we have to track it. We need to go to the history. And because that history, okay, is limited to the public, I mean, limited to the family, like it's not available, okay, for the public, then whatever we are saying, any person is saying, it can never be accurate. It might have maybe, okay, maybe some kind of truth and all of that, okay, but that's little, because no one is not available to the public domain, okay. So if before we can now become the judge, the deputy Jesus, to that extent that she's a bad mother, she is a blah blah, she is that, or she is, or she is, or she is that, we need to track. And I said again, why I should sound this way is because we are not on will they marry or will they not marry? There is already a marriage. And I said, if there wasn't marriage, then the topic wouldn't have been that way. The way would be like, no, 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 no. Okay, let's consider this. Let's look into this. But already, We are not family members. So they have already made the decision with the 2 kids. Now, in 2025, I will now come and be saying you shouldn't marry. No, what we'll be talking about is what everybody deserves, okay? Like I would say, golden rule. Everybody deserves to be happy, deserves to be treated happy, okay? Who's ever bringing the trouble, whether from the woman, if the trouble is from the woman, is no, 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 no. If it is from the man, is no, 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 no. Okay? And that's where we came to that point. But coming to this point, instead of addressing what is on the table, we will now go and be fighting for what was there, leaving what is here. Is that not misplacement of priority? Like, is that not an error? A big time error 101. Okay. So we said all of those. And at the end of the day, I said again, there are a lot of things we don't know. We talked about these things. Okay. So what are we talking about? Before we say never, before we say never, or why, okay, never say never, okay? Go find out facts. Check the facts. Before you say you cannot marry grandpa, okay? Make sure you have the facts. Why this person did it. Make sure if you don't have the fact, please exempt from it. Exempt from it. Because maybe a situation that person met that made the person to take took that decision. If it were to be you and I, we might even do worse. Therefore, because we do not know the facts, never say never. Never say never. Are we promoting it? No. However, never say never, because by the time you discover, by the time we discover, by the time we grow, by the time a lot of things, okay, involves our perceptive will be different. Our values will equally be different. Okay. So again, we need to find the facts before we conclude. Again, secondly, we still need to find the factors behind that decision. Before condemning, before becoming deputy Jesus, we need to know the factors, okay? It's just like many of us that will come and say, oh, I can't be, have child, you know, like we said maybe, what do you call it? Is it unwanted pregnant or something? Like as a youth, oh, I can, you know, have child outside of marriage or before I get married. Now, again, before you say that never, okay? Know the facts behind that person that incident occurred. That is one again. Before saying, oh, the person is the highest sinner. No, me, I married without child before getting married, conceiving and all of those, right? The same sin the person sinned, right? You sinned it. The only difference is that her goal scored, your goal didn't score. That's the only difference. Or maybe you play safer, but at least you played. Then maybe the person didn't play safer. But even before you rounded that the person didn't play safer, okay? Still go know the fact, because the fact is not available to you and I. It's limited to the individual. So before we round to that, okay, let's know factors behind the incident. Or before we start condemning a whole Ukochukwu's son or Ukochukwu's child, impregnated a woman or get pregnant, before getting that, let's number one, find the facts. And then let's know, secondly, the factors. What was the factor behind it? Or what are the factors? What were the factors behind those? Okay? And then by the time we must have done the analysis, the findings, okay, the checks and balances. I tell us, we will come back and dilute our opinions. We will come back and balance our opinions. We will come back and be more logical, okay, than biased. We will come back and be more reasonable. We will come back and approach situations, okay, more appropriately, okay. We will come back and actually teach, okay, than to condemn or judge, so that
After our findings, the factors behind it, okay, we see the mistakes, right? Then we'll come back to do what? To create awareness of that mistake so that others do not make the same mistake. This is QED. That's just what it is. And this is healthy. And I tell us, any person that we come across, okay, that's analysis, right? We'll definitely be proud of it. And I'm telling us, tomorrow, if they are looking for a problem solver, I tell us, and the opportunity or somehow, okay, your name surface, you will be called to come and solve that same problem. You will be called, okay, to come and partake. That is life. Okay? So this will help us to do what? To find resolution. Okay? Instead of being there talking who is perfect, instead of being there talking why I wouldn't do the same, instead of being there talking why if it is me, instead of being there talking if I was happens to be pastor, my children will be angels. Like I told us, if our children will be angels, then they will transition. That's how they will become angels. As long as they are here, okay, we all must be okay. Is a process, and that process, that is a journey, and that journey has some gallops. Okay, what matters is that what? No gallops will knock our head. Okay, gallops, you do this way, we shake and do what? Sit firm again. Okay, it throws us. If we even with seat belts, right? During turbulence in the air, it does. Seat belt gets every person, but then like the one our President Trump, you all saw when he was in Air Force One, right? You see what the turbulence was doing, and that was actually hilarious. I haven't seen stuff like that, but that's what it is. It will be this way. Okay, so please, before we get into certain situations, or before we try to be deputy Jesus, or before we try to be angels in heaven and all of those, let's always look for solution or resolution. If you see someone's child that needs help, or maybe there is a place or something you saw that the mother's eye may not have reached there, all you can do is to call the mom's attention, not okay, targeting or concluding her as a bad mother. Okay, that's just all we can do. Or maybe use it as a teaching so that other people's eye can equally reach certain places. That's what we can do. Problem solving. Problem solving. Okay, and problem solvers are needed in life. They are needed in this world. Okay, people that can give listening ears. Number one, listening ears is number one. Number two, okay, being able to contribute meaningfully, okay. And number three, being able to protect that you heard. Very paramount. Being able to protect that information that is or was disclosed to you. This is the height of it. Like, this is it all. Information limited to you, ability to protect that information, confidentiality. This is very important, okay? And that's where you know life is a journey. And along that journey, there are beautiful things. No matter how challenges it is, without moving, right, we can't progress. If you're at a place you are not walking, can you get to the next level? No. Okay. So note that when we say certain things, it doesn't mean it is what it is. It's just our personal opinions. Okay. But before ruling those our opinion, I think we can always do better. Okay. No matter how we think it's fun to gossip with others, or it's fun to mess with people's name, defamation of character, no matter how we think it's fun to do, right? Because yeah, it's fun to, right, do it and laugh. No matter how we try to do all of those, let's note that life is a journey. By the time by the time the same breeze that knocked the person will knock you and I, well, uh, well, that's all I can say. Okay. So no matter how we talk it, and even when people are talking, I'm doing all of those. Okay. Always no negative, okay, influence and positive influence. Always beware of negative influence and positive influence in any situation. Even when someone talking to you, always we don't just listen. We don't just listen. We still guard what we listen to. We still God, like put filter to things we are listening to. Because if we just leave our ears, just like your sink or the water you drink, for you to get a clean water, you have to filter, right? So that the residue and other things, can be extracted. The same way with things we listen to, before getting those informations and all of those, let's have some filter. Okay. If you know somebody and know somebody, and all of a sudden you just hear something opposite, don't just act. Pay attention. I think the best approach, or then what it might do or happen, okay, will be what? Paying more attention, like to observe. Okay, you might now, okay, stay back. I'm now paying more attention, or to observe more. It's not just we just hear that and then and then before we know it, we see that it wasn't the same measure or the same weight or how we had it. It's not how it is. And then we now come back to do damage control. And so we may not do, we now leave it. But the truth is that every measure we dish out to others. Mother Nature. Mother Nature. Mother Nature doesn't joke. Let's be careful. Let's be careful. I told you all, right? My town. How they wanted to give me a title. Again, cultural title, there is nothing wrong. My family is from my grandfather. Okay, my grandfather back then was the chief of our town. Like, when there are disputes and all of those, that's our grandfather. Ancestrally, that's where they come. And the man, my grandfather, and they gave, he's known, the title name is One Mother, but our ancestral name, whatever is one for KK. And guess what? That is the same thing we celebrate till today, every 1st of January. Okay, like the one I shared the other time when we came, you also wear the uniform and then have him on the uniform. If it wasn't because of the stuff he did, we wouldn't have remembered it. But my father, all the way to this, kept honoring his father, and all of those and all of that. And when people talk about him, he's long gone, but then they still talk about him. There were a few that we still talk about, like we are asking some people, elderly people, then maybe if they are going to market, someone want to fall, okay, the person, like maybe trip, the person will now call our grandfather's day. The other day I was just this with my sister. We are like, okay, so I mean, this world, legacy is important. Someone asked a question. Sometime let me read out that. And I was gonna respond to it, but someone responded to that. Okay. And what the person responded, I love it. I did a screenshot and say that I will share that, but I haven't been able to do that. But let me just read it here. So the person, no, not this one. The person said, there was a post. Hold on, there are a lot here. Where he said the stuff is difficult, How could someone do it? Or how can someone, do that? And then someone came, because sometimes, this is the message. It said, can one truly overcome jealousy? That was about jealousy. Can one truly overcome jealousy? And then he said, I would love you to give a talk on this.
it may be easy for you not to get jealous of people, but I think it will be hard to prevent people from getting jealous of you. So, and somebody came and said and replied, a hard thing to start, hard, like hard, a hard thing to start, but easy once mastered. Can someone overcome jealousy? Can someone do this? Can someone do that? And now, after everything and everything, we are not saying it's in human nature. Okay? Jealousy is in human nature. What people now build is that jealousy over a time, okay, or chronic now becomes envy. And from envy, it gets to evil. Okay? Jealousy is something, maybe this person own a house, right? Maybe you'll be there, you know, maybe, okay, no, let me say somebody gives someone something, right? And then you will now be, maybe, you know, kind of, why not you? It should have been you. Or maybe we give someone something in the community, or maybe just like this thing we did, okay, maybe I'm just saying, okay, we definitely know that this shouldn't be here, okay, in this community. But let's say then we will now be like, oh, this person has gotten, oh, that person has gotten, why this person, I'm there, this way, before you know it, it will be, oh, me that has been doing everything in the community, me, that's jealous. That's what it is. Okay? And it's okay as long as it hasn't, you know, gone deep. It's okay to think like that and then just wave it and move forward. But where it becomes cankerworm is the problem. Where you now like, oh, why not me? Me that is doing everything. Why this person? Or why this person? Why me? Remember, we don't do national cake. We don't come here to share national cake. We are not politicians. Okay? Okay. We are here to give life a meaning. To give, not to receive. Then for any reason, right? Maybe any person being led and give any person, so it's not even in what it is like we didn't see it. It gets to us, to God be the glory. It doesn't get to us. Move it this way, like we didn't see that. I am one of in a group that they, you know, I think I shared it with someone. Okay, someone did birthday and shared, like people that commented this. Okay, one titled man like that, 10,000, and then it was like drop this. Okay, and people were dropping. I commented, but I didn't drop. It's not my aim of being there. Okay, and I know it's not because I have. It's not because I have. But I know there are people that need it more than me. And if they give it to me, what would I, you know? Unless if they give it to me, I will give it to someone else. But I didn't find it, even though, yeah, it's 10,000, but no, I'm fine. Okay? So, but when we are there, and maybe they now say they should give this, and because I commented, and then the person now didn't give to me, you know, and then I will now become no. And I've also been in a group, okay, where someone, I think, gifted something too. That was during election, during there was something my brother contested one time. So one of my brothers. So during the time, so there was something they gifted, and then the same way, you know, they were like, drop this for this, you know. I just said, give it to others. But I was there doing what it takes, doing everything towards the same, because everything, we have different things, social gathering, whatever gathering. So I was there, but then my aim is for, I have the, my being there is for a reason. Okay, so this should be the heart. This should be the heart we have. And plus, personally, it's not because I have, but with the little I have, I am contented. Okay, now what happens now, because I know I don't, you know, my number may not require that, but let's say maybe my number requires it, right? And then maybe someone give it and send to me, just like in our community, when they do card, they usually give me, right? They do give me card. So it's a gift, and I will receive it as a gift, not as a right. Okay,
By the time I will now come and be dry, it becomes a right. And then I will now say, why giving this person? Why not me? So that's how jealousy start forming. And if you don't identify it and do something about it, because all these things requires is in human nature, but it requires intentionality. Okay, to say it does not matter. Okay, to say, oh, be happy for even those people, because we don't know their predicament. We don't know why God chose them. We don't know why Lord was supposed to give you, and it went the other way around. Okay, so these are some certain things we have to look into. So jealousy, right? That's how it starts. Oh, me that is in the community, I haven't benefited. No, we are not here to benefit. Who beneficial or be whatever its benefit comes from divine. That is what humanitarian work is. We do it so that those people we are doing it shouldn't reward us, but may our reward come from divine. That's what humanitarian work is. Because the reward coming from divine may not be God giving us money. It may be God protecting us. It may be God's protection. It may be God fortifying us. There are a lot of things. It may be good health. It may be maybe we have something we are challenging, or maybe sickness, God healing us. There are a lot. It may be God protecting our children. The 5 naira you gave me today, and maybe choosing God protecting my children. Which one is higher? Because again, we normally limit ourselves. Okay, so when all these things maybe come to us, let's just accept it with a beautiful heart, that as a gift, not because it's the reason of our being here. So when we now do, oh, it's my reason, why didn't I, or why didn't I? That's before you know it, it will start forming. And then transition to envy. Before you know it, that person, maybe the person received again, the person receives again, it will now graduate from jealousy to what? Envy. Before you know it, you will, if you see the person, even to say WCW celebration, you won't even celebrate the person, you know. Or maybe you are checking the gender, or checking the tribe. Okay, why is this tribe being given, or why is that tribe being given? It's jealousy. Oh, why not my tribe? And that's why we don't condone although we stand by the central, by what God, that's what we call what? Kingdom work. Love one another. Our politicians and the many of us can be busy saying the life to love more, whether love Igbo more, life more, or love whatever more. But one thing I love about God, He is watching from above, and He is taking records. And many of us doing all of those, I laugh. We may think, what of me? We only bless after us being blessed, and our generation, okay, is blessed. Our children is blessed. Our children are not vagabonds. There are something my dad usually say, okay? He will say that's our children, like these are our children. He will say, we shouldn't, even if they are calm, even if we are doing it, he said, it's not yet time. The focus is what? Of the work. Continue the work. That's parenting. During the guidance stage, you continue with the guidance. Okay? During dialogue stage, continue. That you should focus until they grow. Now marry, get their own kids. That's where you can say, I am blessed. But you are growing them, right? And by the time they will grow, you know, it will become, are you blessed? No, it's not about having kids. It's not about, I was telling someone, I said, it's not about having children. It's about what they turn out to become. Because there are a way things don't go well. We will even start asking God, why? Why? In my dialect, they will say, oh yeah, all these things are realities. They are reality. So we don't, just like some of us that will be discussing about people, okay, seeking for the fruit of the womb, right? And then we think we have landed. We have all the boys, we have all the females, we have all the girls, we have all the twins, right? Okay. Eventually, that person might, God bless the person with one, or eventually that person might adopt one, right? Okay. Even the person may not get at all, but guess what? God might even raise people that will take care of that person, that woman, or that man, okay? That they will not see pain, that they will not see reason to say, God, where are you? Even old age, okay? This world is beyond. But you and I that think is by the number we have 10, we have this, that we are now, okay, children's production industry, okay. At the end of the day, all of them might be our karma, God forbid. But these are certain truths we need to hear, so that we can the gallop in a vehicle, okay. We can reposition ourselves, okay. Some of us will marry. I'm thinking that people that haven't married, okay, we are better, is our character, is our, yeah, we know all those things, but then all situations are not the same. Because many people have not been married doesn't mean they are bad. Because this, it doesn't, no, situations are not the same, okay. All situations are not the same. And then tomorrow we will be smart enough, right? I'm dangle, and get to using it as a statement, or using word against it with that person. That kind of word is something they say attracting cause of the community. We can't mess with everybody. We don't mess with everybody, because we don't know histories behind certain things. We don't know a lot of things behind certain things. And because we don't have that fact, we don't know the factor, right? Then we have to hush. Yeah. We have to. Okay? There are a lot. But anyways, we're gonna, wrap it up here. So what are we trying to say? Or what are we saying? May our eyes continue to be merciful. May our ears continue to be merciful. May our mouth continue to be merciful. May we continue to be better version of us. May we continue to make impacts in lives. Okay. May we continue to build these footprints that will be remembered for one day. May we continue to put smiles on people's faces. As long as we have two, plates, find a way to share from it. We don't have to have it more to give to others, because nobody has it all and nobody will ever have it all. It's about contentment. It's about contentment. Genuinely givers do not lack, even in adversity. But the purpose of giving shouldn't be so that God will give us. In that case, we will go and empty everywhere so that God will know the measure we have given and then, multiply. It doesn't work like that. It's a sacrifice. Sacrifice is something you give that you don't intend to get back. Okay? Because we're dealing with a supernatural God. He knows how, when, and so on. So thank you, everyone. And I believe we can, have better understanding the why of our topic last week when we say never say no. And today we treated it why. So we came to, explain why we said never say never. Because all situations are not the same. All pains are not the same. Okay? If you don't wear that shoe, you just don't know how it feels. And if you continue to talk on it, we are simply babbling. And we tell us we need to hush. Okay? No one has it all, and no one has discovered or figured it out all. Contentment is crucial. Contentment is important, and we are getting into the end of it.
We want to use this opportunity, okay, to appreciate God. I'm thanking you, all the members, for all your donations, your contributions towards our Christmas outreach. And also telling you all that all your prayers for the sponsors, the progress, and everything of this community, I know they are not in vain. I know God is taking records. And I know, I am confident that He will make name for Himself. We just have to do our own, the one within the human capacity, and leave the rest for Him. Because He will not do the one of human, which we already doing, reaching out to people, calling on sponsors, promoting, and doing all of those. And I am confident that God will honor the prayers. I am equally confident that He is honoring the prayers. So thank you all for your prayers. Okay? And thank you all for serving humanity. We have a group of friends that reached out to us. I've talked to them twice, and by the grace of God, they want to donate something to the community. Okay? They said someone gave them one NGO, and then another person gave them this NGO. And from their findings, they said we are versatile. They said we do a lot. Okay? That they already have the one they were about to embark on, but when they saw our own and all of those, so with everything, and then they wanted to talk to me, and I still say the same thing. And the person I spoke to was very impressed. I was like, we have to go with you all. That you all adore, you do a lot. You all are doing a lot. That we are, versatile, and. To God's glory, it will end in praise. And this is something they want to be doing every annual. They want to partner with us, and according to them, they say this is the first time they are trying to do it. So they want honesty and people that really do more. It's not just maybe we do this, and then, and all those, they said, they seems to find it here. So we're waiting because they're also trying to figure it out because it's their first time. Okay? So we'll see how it goes. But we trust God's process. We know God is with us and we trust His process. Thank you all, everyone. And together we will continue to give life a meaning. I love Grace Luce family, wonderful family, so closely knitted into one. You all have taken me into your hands, and I'm so glad to be a part of the great family. Wada 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 oh wada 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 oh wada wada oh wada 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 oh wada wada oh wada 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 oh wada wada oh wada 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 oh wada wada. From me to you all, have a wonderful weekend.